Kong, home to 7.5 million unique, weird and wonderful creatures. One species of note are the asylum seekers. These are strange creatures that may look like other human species, but are not fully accepted by the wider society. Indeed, they have fewer rights than other, more dominant species like property moguls, CEOs, tie-ties, spoiled teenagers, celebrity pets, and cockroaches. Thus, they tend to congregate in far, hidden corners of the city like Yuanlong, Shamchoi Po, and Chongqing mansions. One member of this species is this male that lives in Lantau, sharing a space with a family of buffaloes, and his greatest enemy, the mosquitoes. He spends his time walking the aisles of ParknShop, splashing out on the best deals his 40 Hong Kong dollars daily food assistance allowance can buy. This video is not sponsored by ParknShop.
In a world of endless borders, one man faces an endless struggle. Branded as a dangerous criminal, John Outsider is on the run in the urban jungle. He escaped from mortal danger without first applying for a visa. He ran away from wild animals, climbed barbed wire fences, and escaped from maximum security prisons. Today, he goes further and commits greater crimes, like helping old ladies across the street,
Did you know that the chicken costs $34 for 1 month?
volunteering in the community, and being kind to his neighbors. Against all odds, he fights for survival, using whatever tools he has at his disposal. He never stops. He never sleeps. He never gives up. Wait a minute. What the fuck is he doing? City officials want them imprisoned, deported. Some people want them drowned.
Then you should go back to your country, man.
Agrochemical companies want to expand their pesticide range. But everyone agrees, John Outsider has got to go.
I'm not going anywhere. All right. Hello. Yeah, all right. All right. Right, thank you for coming. It's great to be here. Actually, it's a dream to be here. You know, literally for Middle Eastern guys. Our dream is to be in the middle of the crowd, especially before the bomb goes off. Not all Middle Easterns are terrorists. Not all the terrorists are suicide bombers. You know, it's just like sometimes we buy our product from China. It just goes off, you know. So I wouldn't say suicide bomber. I would say more like a suicide shopper. So I don't know why they want to save some money if you're gonna explode, but they do it anyway. So for the ones who don't know me, my name is John Abdurrahman Bond. You can call me 00711. It's a mystery. These names in Middle East, like the famous guy's name was Osama Big Ben London. Is it a name or is it an address? Yeah. So I know you guys come here for fun, and we're gonna have fun, dance, and of course some people are here to be offended. Oh, you cannot make fat jokes. You cannot make race jokes. So if you're here to be offended, you're in the right place. You wanna make sure of it. So if you guys need to use the bathroom, please use quietly, because apparently we are not allowed to say we need to pee or we need to poo. The last guy who said we need to poo was arrested for some reason. He was in some camp. So I was just there. I was fixing my hair because people not in the camp. I mean, I was in the toilet. I fixed my hair because recently people are not very supportive of your haircut. Like they say, oh, what did you do to your hair? I don't recognize you. But they support more if you have a surgery and cut the other one. Everyone says, oh, very, very brave of you. You realize like the hair gonna grow back, right? The other one, I'm not sure. So I watched a movie a while ago, and it was about some kids going back in time. And when I finished the movie, I thought I would definitely, if I could go back in time, I would definitely not watch the movie. And I'm thinking maybe if I could go back in time, I would don't make that trans joke. Apparently some people get upset, like, I saw some looks, man. So let's talk about refugees, yeah? Let's talk about refugee challenges. Of course, refugees face a lot of challenges with their rights and financial challenges. Some of our challenges is recognized by people. Like a lot of people come to me and say, you're mentally challenged. And it's good to know, of course. But how we deal with it, I do comedy. Comedy is one place that I can be against God, against system, against laws. I can be racist, I can be sexist, I can be myself, you know. Of course, many people do not, recognize that you're a comedian unless you become a president and start tweeting around. I'm not making fun of Donald Trump. Of course, I'm not doing that. Who does that, right? Because I think I like the guy. We have a lot of similarities and some differences. You know what is our biggest difference? Me and Donald Trump, we both would suck a dick for Russian lady. Oh, that was our similarity. Our difference is I have never been to Russia. He visits pretty regularly. So I wouldn't say I'm very funny comedian. I'm just more like a Western-looking guy that says Middle Eastern shit. That makes it funny. Like, if I was here and say, okay, I love to be in the middle of crowd and I had this terrorist clothes, Middle Eastern one, everyone would be terrified. But this doesn't work. Like, if you are, let's say, Western guy and you come and say, oh, I have 4 wives and the youngest is 10. People would laugh and then say, ooh. But if you are a Middle Eastern guy and come and say, I have 4 wives and the youngest is 10, people would say, ew, oh. Like you might even get a high five. So I know what I raised. No, the answer to your question is no. I don't have 4 wives. We don't do 4 wives. There is a reason, that there is a reason why Wi-Fi and wife is similarly spelled. Because of course you can have 4 wives or 4 Wi-Fis, right? But you get to use only one of them, but you have to pay for 4 of them. So the only person happy about it is the neighbor that got the password. So I understand sharing Wi-Fi, like especially if your Wi-Fi is bloody slow. So I did once. I went to my neighbor and said, okay, can I share your Wi-Fi? And he said, yeah, I'm paying. Why not we all use together? But if you all use, it doesn't function. I'm not talking about wife, right? I'm talking about Wi-Fi. If I talk about wife, that would be weird. For now, though, For now, because things are changing. 50 years ago, if in my country I would say I have a girlfriend, that would be weird. Not now. 20 years ago in Hong Kong, if you would say I have a boyfriend, a guy I mean, say I have a boyfriend, that would be weird. But now it's all right. Maybe 20 years from now, if you are not sharing your wife, you're old-fashioned. You don't share your wife, you don't vape. Oh, Jesus. So let's talk about me. Yeah, I like the attention. So I grew up in Iran, And it was 8 years of war with Iraq. So there was a war outside of the house over resources. And then there was a war inside the house over food, because we were 6 brothers and 1 sister. You know, they say Einstein says that you cannot do the same thing and expect different result. Bullshit. My parents did the same thing, very different results. Some brilliant and some morons. I was more of a disappointment, you know? Like when I was born, my parents were waiting for a girl. Oh, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a boy. Apparently, I was bad in bed. I wet my bed when I was a kid. And I was bad with ladies. My mom said, like, when we took you to circumcision, you peed on a lady. And I said, why? I'm Asian. Why are you cutting half of it? It's not there. So I disappointed Hong Kongers a lot. Like when I was coming to Hong Kong, the immigration officer saw me, oh, this Western guy is coming. What can we do for this guy? And then they saw my passport is Iranian. Oh, what can we do to this guy? It was like all disappointment. The ladies, like, they would ask, where are you from? I'm from Iran. Milan? Iran would not go inside their head. And then some of them, they would think, oh, this guy's lying. Then we go to the bed, like I would say, I'm Asian. It's all right. Then I would take my pass and say, oh, you are Asian. And then it would say, oh, is it in? I said, I'm done, I finished. So, Iran, Middle East, fast explosion. Then they start realizing. So, in Iran, we grow up in different sort of parenting style. You know, in Western movies, they say, oh, here you go, this bike because you have done great in school. We are Asian. Our job is to do great in school. Like, there is no reward for it. We had punishments. You do bad in school, smack. How? This. Like, this was the angle, that was speed. Bad in school. If you do good in school, still smack. Just different angle, different speed. Like, try harder. Like, so we did not have that much punishment or thing. We had different sort of sex education. Like in Western movies, you see they sit, okay, that's the kid, that's the parents. Oh, this is the penis, this is the vagina, this goes like this or that. In Iran, that's the kid, that's the parents. No. That's the whole sex education. Whatever thinking about it, no. Whatever you want to do, no. So I grew up knowing nothing about women, knowing nothing about vagina. Like, I did not know that, like, women fart. I didn't know they get horny. I didn't know there is something called G-spot. I still cannot find it. Always. So it was late. When I come to Hong Kong, then I learned that, oh, this vagina thing is a very important, like a holy place. It's like a mosque or like a church, you know, that all sorts of dicks can go in. God is real. God is real. God got angry. There is a pastor touching the sound thing. All right. Okay. I think it's banned. Someone is missing with my performance. I haven't get to politics yet. Jesus. All right. All right. So, where were we? No one there to say vagina? Church? Okay. Yeah, so I found out that it's like a church that also the dicks can go in as long as they pretend to be nice. So I got one sex education from my dad, and that was by accident. Like, I asked my dad, Dad, how I was born? And he said, son, never use a condom. Twice. That's all I got. The drug education is different. Like Westerners, they say, oh, kid, don't do drugs, it's bad for you. My parents say, don't do drugs, it's expensive. Anything expensive was considered as bad or forbidden, and it would affect everything, even health matter. Like Westerners, if the kid gets sick, they take to doctor. Hong Kongers, if the kid gets sick, they say drink more water. For me, like I would say, Mom, my eyes are hurting because you play too much football. I would say, Mom, like I'm feeling sick because you hang out too much with your cousins. It was as if she was controlling the disease. Like whatever I do that annoyed her the most was cause, and no doctor, no water, nothing. So this cheapness would go even further. Like until 7 years old, we do not brush our teeth. It's considered as a waste. It's just gonna drop off. So while you're washing it. Then after that, like I see like in Western movies, they put a lot of toothpaste and then they brush for a minute and sing some song. For us, my mom would put little brush. This is not enough. Brush harder. You see these muscles? It's brushing muscles. But we were so many, so this tube thing, the tube of toothpaste, would finish in 2 weeks. But there was this little at the end, it would go for 2 months. Like I would say, Mom, it's finished. Squeeze it. You see these muscles? Squeezing just hard. And like there was a point that I couldn't get anything out of this thing. And I said, Mom, I cannot. Give it to me, you idiot. And she would just rub, squeeze something, and paste would come out. No wonder she had 7 kids. She would make paste come out of any tube. She had these forearms of a lesbian. It was like if she was training for years in Kung Fu temples, rubbing stuff on stone or... So, talking about stone, my dad loved stone. He was into stone too much that for his birthday we had to buy marijuana for my mom. And he was cool. He was my friend. Like he was my hero. He was actually a superhero. He had superpowers. Like, have you seen, you go inside the plane and there are a couple of kids, they cry, they don't shut up. My dad had this belt. When he would touch it, all kids would go on airplane mode. No sound. I was a very active kid. I was playing outside. I wasn't like this new generation. New generation, like you give them a laptop, they sit for hours, they don't move. Have you seen them like they sit play Angry Birds? I played Angry Birds in my uncle's farm. And it was Angry Birds, Angry Uncle, Angry Parents, Temple Run. And I was rewarded with many smacks, so many smacks. I'm saying this stuff about Iran, but we are not that savages. Actually, we are civilized in some ways. You remember there was a protest here. Don't touch it. I'm not going to make a bad joke about protest. So there was a protest here in Hong Kong, and then after a while it get heated up, and they start shooting people with plastic bullets. They start shooting Hong Kongers. In Iran, they never do that. It's not environmentally friendly. They use metal. It's more effective, it dissolves in the body. Like here, people were shouting, oh, we want our vote, we want to vote. Over there, not only you're allowed to vote, you have to vote. It doesn't affect the result, but you gotta vote. Like Iranian authorities, they believe that you can have any sort of political opinion, sexual orientation, any sort of religion, as long as you are outside the borders. Over there, like, everyone is allowed to work if they find any. And the work culture is a bit different though. Like, you walk in the street and then the guy shows you, oh, do you see this taxi driver? He has a PhD in neuroscience. Oh, do you see this illiterate guy? He cannot read and write. Oh, He's our president. Over there, marriage is difficult though. You cannot get laid unless you're married. So to get married also is expensive. So sometimes parents say, don't do it. It's expensive. But if you go through it, so you have to go pay for the wedding, pay for the house, and pay for stuff. Then after the wedding, you can see the lady naked. And if she take off the clothes and then you see a little dingly thing, you have two choices. Either get bankrupt or come out of the closet. So for my marriage, I bought pair of suit and parachutes. You never know if you want to jump. But my in-laws were very good. Actually, my mother-in-law was very beautiful at dark, very dark. When she was sleeping and she was not moving, she was kind. But the problem was she would breathe, she would wake up, and then she would talk. So, but it's not good to talk behind the dead. She died from natural cause. Apparently, naturally, if oxygen doesn't get to your brain, so you die. So I was holding it very tight, making sure I will not interfere with natural effect. But that's not the worst thing that happened to me in Iran. The thing is, I got arrested a couple of times. And one of the times I got arrested, they took me somewhere and I know I'm going to be tortured. So there's a thing, when you're handcuffed, you're going inside a dark room to be tortured, the first thing that crosses your mind is that they're going to fuck my ass. So this guy shows up with a baton in his hand and a huge baton, Jesus Christ. So, and I'm handcuffed here, I'm holding like this. And I'm thinking, not my ass. So he started hitting my leg. And I'm thinking, not my ass, not my ass, not my ass. Oh, fuck, oh shit, fuck my ass, fuck my ass. And he didn't. So, like after a while, I got a bit offended. What, like I'm not attractive enough for you? So I left Iran. Not because he didn't fuck my ass, it's just I left Iran. And I went to Thailand. Thailand was an interesting place. I saw this lady, she would eat bugs, but she was afraid of cockroach. So apparently cockroach was scary unless you had salt and pepper on you. So that was a weird place. I ran away, I ended up in Hong Kong. So Hong Kongers might think that, okay, here is center of the world, everyone knows about them. We know nothing. Only thing I knew about Hong Kong was Jackie Chan. So I'm coming out of the plane and I'm looking, where the fuck is Jackie Chan? It's like Jackie Chan is in the airport greeting everyone who gets to Hong Kong. So I'm getting out and then I go inside this train. And then there's this Chinese guy just elbows me. What the fuck? What happened to that touch? Then I fall unconscious. Where is the Kung Fu thing, you know? So I call my agent, smuggler, or whatever they call it. And he said, good, you're in Hong Kong. Go to Chongqing Mansion. So my English wasn't that good enough, so I translated word by word. So what I'm hearing is that there is a king named Chung. He got this mansion. I'm going to stay with the king. So I'm asking for address with proud because I'm going to stay with the king. I'm going to Chongqing Mansion. Where is Chongqing Mansion? Chongqing Mansion. Get this through. These people are jealous. They know I'm going to be with the king. So that's why. So I got to end up after train, I end up in India. There's this Indian people in front of me. Hello, sir. I cannot shake like them. My neck is not working. But he was saying, can I give you copy watches? Can I give you suits? No, I ran away from my wife. Why I need suits? I want room. Oh, room 500 for night. Oh, 500. As Iranian, we think that, okay, we are the masters of bargaining. We are not. Have you seen Jews? Have you seen Indians? Jesus. So I bargained for 1 hour. Finally, the guy says, okay, 350, you go. Then this Chinese lady shows up, talks 5 minutes. Indian guy gives her 350 to stay in one of the rooms. Such a great bargain. She was celebrating all night. Oh yes, oh yes. That was a good bargain. So I'm staying in the freaking Chungking mansion, and I'm walking around TSD this area because I don't want to get lost. But what I see and amuses me is that, okay, there are these old Western guys. They are walking with very young Chinese ladies. I don't understand why. But after a few days, I just understand that they are not young. They look young, all of them. And these guys did not trap the ladies. Ladies trap the guys. How I explain? So as an Iranian, like, I get married to just get laid, right? Which is not really a successful transition. Because, oh, you wait for the night of the marriage and then you go there, say, so can we have sex? Oh, it's too late. Okay, wake up morning, can we do now? It's too early. Do you wait for the evening? Can we do now? I didn't take shower. You wait for the shower finish. Now, I just took shower. You're never in right time. You're never in right spot. Oh my God. So, but Asian ladies, God bless them. Anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Like, sometimes you don't even ask for it. And then there are moments you laying down and this is happening. Am I fucking her or she's fucking me? Like, what is happening? And then they go further. Like, you are in there, spank me. Did you do bad in school? No, just spank me. And he's allowed. Next day she says, oh, choke me. Really? He said, am I allowed? Like, I'm not dreaming. Wake up, man. Like, and then it's okay, you choke it. But a few days later, she says, go down. And I said, I don't know. Like, my jaw hurts a bit. I'm not big fan. Then the lady said, oh, spanky, spanky, okay. Chokey, chokey, okay. Going down, not okay. Moses, talk to bushes. So the guy is trapped. He's afraid of blackmail. It's not like the other way around. So I'm out from Chungking Mansion. I'm going to get out to Europe. And I get arrested. And then they send me to Lachikok. I need a bit water, sorry. Oh my God. Cut that from the film. The guy cannot drink water. All right, so I end up in Lachikok. And Lachikok at that time had different drug checking. Their drug checking was more like a prostate exam. So what you were doing, like you would bend down and naked and some guy put the finger in and then would ask a stupid question. That's like a prostate exam thing, right? So this is happening and I see that, okay, there is a queue of a bunch of naked detainees and there is the Mr. Officer, ass checker with his thing and waiting for. So I'm thinking if I show that, okay, I like it, it will be trouble. If I show that, okay, it hurts bad, people are gonna say, okay, this is a tight-ass version, so that also is trouble. So I'm thinking, just be cool and be a man. 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 And yeah, I become a man. I wasn't the little scared kid anymore. The thing is, the guy put the finger in, and he asked me, do you smoke? From there, it just didn't make sense. And then the guy spends too much time. Do you remember before there were phones that you would dial in? So I got my first butt dial there. And I think this officer was calling overseas, you know, a lot of zeros. Jesus. So After Mexico, they sent me to prison. Prison is a place of brotherhood for some people and is dating app for some others. I cannot tell you exactly what was for me, but I got a lot of information about Hong Kong. And over there, Pakistanis, Indians, Nepalese, and Chinese, and everyone agreed that as a Middle Eastern, I cannot survive Hong Kong. I have to be white. How to become white? They give me a step-step instruction. How to become white? First, I learn English. Second, I become Christian. Third, I divorce my wife for a Chinese girlfriend. Fourth was to get licked by a dog. I failed. I cannot do that. I don't know how people can get licked with the dog. But I become Christian. Becoming Christian was fun. I love Christians, but there are some stuff. And I was very excited to see this Jesus thing, understand him. Like the guy was cool, was drinking, hanging out with his friends. That's my kind of guy. And then one night I had in my dream, I'm here, Jesus is sitting on the iron throne, and then a couple of lady boys around him, and he's playing this video game. I say, oh Jesus, I had many questions for you. And then I tell him, how is that? Like Iranian ask for more rain, and we get nothing. But Hong Kongers, they never pray for rain, but they get rain. He's looking at me and says, Guaylo, Mesia. He's freaking speaking Cantonese. So I tell him, Iranian, more rain. Say, Ilo, more rain. It doesn't get it. So I say, God, what the fuck? What is happening? Why did you even make me? And then the God looking at me, not my job. It's not my work. I didn't make you. It was a disappointing dream. So I wake up. I went to the church for a while after that, and one time I get to this church, and there are pastors hand together, like a football team for a touchdown. They're planning, and I stay away. I'm not touching my down again. I had enough. So and then they shout, "Satan, get out of the church and never come back." What? Satan, get out of the church, never come back. I said 10, 11, 12. I'm out. I left the church, I never went back. The thing is, Christians are fun. Christians are good people. They are very kind. But they say some stuff that it doesn't work for me. Once the pastor told me that Christians are heart of the body of mankind. Heart doesn't go to stomach trying to convert him to become heart. Imagine if heart would go around and try to convert everything, you would have 10 heart and no digestion system. They say, the church says, put your need behind others. I'm Middle Eastern. I cannot put anything of me behind anyone. I will be arrested. They would say, do what Jesus do. Really? I will go to a kid and say, let me touch you and you will be healed. I would be killed. I was feeling sick and I go to pastor and say, I'm feeling sick and lonely. And he said, you should stop drinking and get married. You just said, do what Jesus would do. He never stopped drinking or get married. They say God make everything for a reason. Really? Look at the snakes. It's just useless things. And why they have tongues? They hit the whole thing. They swallow the whole thing. They never chew it. What's gonna happen if you cut a snake's tongue? They will have communication problem. Is dick is, and we know if something is a dick, it's not gonna go down on the lady snake. I don't understand this tongue thing. They say God made all heaven and earth and all the universe amazing in 7 days. So amazing job in 7 days. So crappy job in writing a book, 1,000 years. Why he couldn't open one book that you don't open and fall asleep? So I run away. I run away from all this city and the Christianity thing to Lantau. Lantau is a peaceful, nice place, but we have our weird stuff. Like the other day, I'm in the house, and there is a guy knocking. Pussy, man. What? And then the guy again knocks. Pussy, man. I like pussy, but I don't want to be called pussy, man. Then I open the door, and that's postman. That's how he introduced himself. Like we got this neighbor. Have you seen lightning? Like when lightning happens, you first see it, then you hear it. This lady, you first hear her, then you see her. She fucks up with laws of physics. And she always complains, "You're too noisy, you're too noisy." Where? When? In bed? I've been told I'm very quiet in bed, unless if you fist me. But somehow she hears me. So, in Lato, we got a lot of animals. I don't mean the postman or the neighbor. We got a lot of animals in Lantau. I love some, I hate some. Like cockroaches, Jesus Christ. The first generation cockroach is okay. They show up, they go to the corners, they are happy with the crumbs, with the leftovers, it's absolutely fine. The second generation, no. They want to have equal rights to your fridge and resources. They are like immigrants. I had to make this joke for Republicans, you know. You never know who's gonna be voted next time. Let's go back to animals, not Republicans, I mean the animal topic. I like spiders. Like the other day, I'm opening the fridge and there is a spider there. Do you know what it's doing? It's just chilling. Got this mosquito rolled up, it's chilling in my fridge. It's like, oh, this guy cannot fill his fridge with $40, so let's just go have some fun. And we got buffaloes. Buffaloes are very busy, 6 to 6, 8 to 6. They are busy eating, I don't know, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They're always eating. But their cubs, the little buffaloes, they are fun. They are like everything is new to them. They get surprised with anything. Like the other day, I saw this buffalo cub. He shat and he was amused. What the fuck just happened? Who threw this? Like, so cute ones. People have a lot of dogs in Lantau, and there are some dogs people put on leash, and that's a good thing. And dogs on a leash reminds me of my nephew. When his phone is out of charge and he plugs in, like he cannot go anywhere further from this cable thing. Very similar to dogs. I'm not very big fan of dog. I'm not very big fan more of teaching dogs things that they shouldn't know. Especially if you're a lesbian, do not teach your dog to grab stick. That's what happened. A couple of my lesbian friends, they were going out of the city and say, "Can you take care of the dog?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So I'm going, I open the cage to give food to this dog. This dog walks and pee and then robs me and licks and stuff. So I go take shower. I take shower, I'm going towards to take the towel, and the dog wants to grab the stick. Phenomenal eyesight. But it doesn't, like he wants to grab the stick. And I don't know how to tell him, this is not mommy's dildo. This is mommy's friend's dick. But I like how dogs can represent their nationality. Like you see a skinny dog is either Afghan or Indian. Like if you see a German dog, so serious, they don't laugh at your jokes. Or if you see a Chinese dog, always like, "Oh, don't eat me." I wish we had giraffes. I like giraffes. They look dumb. They look like our politicians. But I understand, you know, if you are like coming to the ward and the first thing is that dropping from 3 meters and there's no nurse to catch you, so you might look dumb. But it makes me wonder, like, what if a giraffe is coming to the world and then opens up and says, holy fuck, like, I'm scared of heights. I'm going back there. Like, what would happen? Like, giraffes maybe turn to kangaroos. Maybe kangaroos were giraffes afraid of heights. That's how they were built. I got British ants in my house. So why I'm saying British, there is a reason. So like, I wake up for breakfast, like in the morning, I wake up and I see this little ant. He's a peaceful guy. He's just coming around to understand around. He's the missionary. He's man of God, you know. He just comes. And I cannot kill him. He's a peaceful guy. 20 minutes later, he's friends. We find this place, it's ours. The sugar, everything is ours. By end of breakfast, I'm colonized. Everything is theirs. And then they take everything to their house. The door is this little. They can go. I cannot go. If that is not British, I don't know what is. I'm so afraid of talking about Chinese politics and stuff. Uncle Xi Jinping, we love you. Actually, I love their policies. The one-child policy, I think, was great. Instead of like 2 parents taking care of 7 or 8 kids, now 6, 7 parents taking care of 1 kid. And then they become the economy of the world, the power of the world. Somehow Chinese prove that like if you can control your dick, you can control the world. Of course, in Nigerian defense, they had little job to do, but it's a great job. There are some laws I don't like in Hong Kong. Like in Iran, there is no queue. If you get to something first, you get. Like you get to the bus, you get it. In Hong Kong, you have to queue up, which is sometimes racist. Like the other day, I'm waiting on the queue, and then they stop me. They let that Asian lady go in. They don't let me take my bike inside the bus, but she can take her wheelchair. It's a bit racist, you know. Talking about disables, like in Iran, we hide our disables. You do not see disables. Sometimes, like before, we would see someone talking to himself, but now, thanks to Bluetooth, many of them, but you don't see disables. In Hong Kong, you see blind, deaf, some people with twitches, some people with rash. You see Middle Easterns, you see brown people, everywhere. Oh, everyone got quiet. If we are not disabled, why we are getting special treatment then? So, but I love the classes. Hong Kong has a funny classes. You stand somewhere in one child, this guy is a billionaire, this guy has nothing. And it's a good thing. You can have different sort of levels. Like once, one of my friends said that there's this party, let's go. What party? Says there is this party full of successful and rich people. I said, I don't know, man. I don't want to be the loser guy in the middle of party. He said, oh no, don't worry. No one gonna notice you. And no one really did. But I get to have all sorts of friends. And it's good to have all sorts of friends because come handy for different occasions. Like if you want to throw a comedy, call your white friends. They come, they pay, and no expectations, right? If you want to talk behind the white friends, go for your black friends. Like if you want to help with IT issue, go for Indian friends. If you want to buy some clothes, go for your gay friends. If you want shower head, go to your lesbian friends. People can be helpful. Oh, someone get it now. All right. I'm not gay. I like some of my gay friends. Like I have gay friends, but I don't like all of them. Not because they are gay. They just look at my clothes like I'm homeless. Are you sure you want to wear this? It's just clothes. Jesus. Oh my God. I need a little water. Someone throw some other joke. Oh, okay. But I think everyone is kind, like people in Hong Kong or generally in the world. Everyone has this kindness in their heart that they are willing to do anything for you and give anything they have to you as long as you holding a pistol in their head. And some people do some funny stuff. Like a Hong Konger friend come to me and says, let's go to this place in Lang Kai Fong. You can get 10 shot for 100. I'm from Middle East. We get shot for free everywhere. Like, Middle East for young men is like Lang Kai Fong for young girls. You get free shot, you feel sick, you wake up tomorrow morning in some bed. Actually, Middle Eastern, sometimes we don't wake up, but what happens? I tried to take girls out. Like they said, oh, take the girl to a very famous restaurant. I took her to famous restaurant, and she says, ew, McDonald's. It's the most famous restaurant. Jesus. Say, oh no, take her somewhere classy. Sure, I take her to some French restaurant called Café de Coral. It's classy, it's full of supermodels from 60s and 70s. Then they say, no, like somewhere expensive, take her to a buffet. I hate buffet. Buffet is only restaurant that when you eat, you full, you're sad. Why should I take buffet? The thing is, I do not want to spend money on something that turns to shit. That's why I didn't vote, you know. So let's talk about COVID. What the fuck was that? COVID happened, and then they are telling that, oh, don't go to hospital for no reason. What? Do you mean like I'm laying down? What do you want to do tonight? I was thinking to go to hospital. Then they corrected, do not go to hospital if you don't have the symptoms. The first time they say COVID, I felt like I have the symptoms. I was itchy too, I feel warm. You just make up a disease, I have the symptoms. Then they say, oh, wash your hand more often. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hand more often. And I'm washing my hand very frequently. I get to Central, I go to Landmark, I wash my hand there. Then I go to Wan Chai, there's a public toilet, I wash my hand. And then my hand smells from angel's hair to devil's ass. So different material they use there. And then I see like someone emailed me. During the lockdown and this virus crisis, try to travel around the world and meet new people with our online airlines. So you mean that yesterday I was in Brazil having orgy through Pornhub Airlines? Like, they changed the word to just get your money out. Then there is a lot of things that I did not get the answer. First, they were saying that, oh, coronavirus shows up out of a market. There was a bat situation, bat and pork. Then they say, oh, it escaped the lab. So it wasn't the bat. So it's safe to eat bat now? Can I order like my masala bat curry? And then someone says, oh, escaped. Someone says, oh, it came out. I don't know, escaped or bailed out. Which one? Did he have a lawyer? Or I don't know. But not everything was bad about Corona. Like I get to meet a very hot girl. She took my breath away for 2 weeks. She was from Wuhan. Very hot, very hot. We both got hot for a while. And this Corona thing actually, I think, changed some stuff about us. One of the things that changed about us was the sneeze, right? Before you would sneeze, and people say, bless you, bless you, bless you. Hello, hello, yeah? Bless you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Like, there was a competition over bless you. Now you sneeze, and people say, what the fuck? What happened? What should we do? Should he kill him? Should we throw him to the sea? Like, it's just a sneeze. Like one thing that changed was handshake. Before we would handshake like this. Now, no, some people like nod their head. That's where the brain is. Some people like tap shoulders, like that's where the heart is. In prison, we shake dicks, like that's where the balls are. And we usually say, oh, it was pleasure meeting you. Sometimes it really is. Sometimes you have to shake until the pressure is proven before you go to the next one. I think this virus thing brought some people together, some families together. For a while, the police officers and construction workers, they come together with their measure tape all around, like, sir, you 90 centimeter, 1 meter, like, they were just measuring things for a few weeks. But somehow it was stupid because I don't think Hong Kong needs social distancing. Like, you sit here in the bus, the next person automatically sits like the furthest place from you. Like, you walk in the pavement, people, like the minimum people walk in a way that they block the pavement, so you cannot walk fast, you just have to walk slowly behind them. Unless if it's rain. If it's raining, anyone who has umbrella walks under the shade. Anyone who doesn't have an umbrella walks under the rain. So now people say, oh, there is a new virus, be more careful. More careful. I'm washing my hand with soap. Do you want me to bleach it? Like, be more careful. Here you go. Like, what do you want me to do? Be careful. And funnily, like, my parents check in a lot on me. Every day or two, they call, did you get it yet? I don't know if they are worried about me or place a bet. They want to know if I get it. I cannot even get it if I want to. You know, every 5 minutes you walk, there is alcohol, piss. There is this alcohol. Last time I checked, the virus was Chinese, not Russian. No, like if it's Russian virus, might survive this much alcohol, but Chinese, Jesus. Then they say, oh, elderly is the most vulnerable to this virus. Elderly. I saw old woman, she was wearing these boots, trousers, and this overall double gloves, double mask, with this covering thing on. There is oxygen tank behind. She was ready for radiation. She would survive Hiroshima. Vulnerable. Vulnerable are the guys that they do joints. You know, they pass around their spit. Elderly can survive this thing. Talking about Hiroshima, I think in World War II, Hitler did one mistake, and that was going after Jews. He should have go after Middle Easterns and Arabs. Americans would join him, definitely. Maybe even Jews would support him. They sponsor something. He just needed to be a good leader and say, oh, I had a vision. God came to my vision and says that clean the mess that Muhammad made. That would be very different stories. Oh, I quiet the people. I'm correcting Hitler's mistake, Jesus. So, talking about all this stuff, I'm getting old, and I can see that. Everyone getting old. That was a stupid comment. So I can see that I'm getting old now because I wake up to pee at middle of the night, and I really don't drink much water. That's my weakness. I drink this much water. So I don't know where this water coming from. I didn't know when you turn 40, you turn to dehumidifier. I observe the humidity and then I pee at night. And not even right peeing, you know. Before I would go and pee and finish. Now it's like pee, 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 pee. It's a Morse code. It's a communication with somewhere. The other thing that I realized is that like before, if I wanted to have a closer look, I would go like this, oh, let's have a closer look. Now if I want to have a closer look, I have to go further for a closer look. Like now I understand old people more. Like the other day I'm walking in front of the Moibu nursery home, and it was after lunch. It was like one episode of Walking Dead. Like all the elders, they're just like zombies, looking for a seat to just take a bit of a nap, like, and I feel that. But it is a bit early. I'm not even 40. So I go to doctor and I said, doctor, this is my situation. And he says that, oh, you've got some cholesterol issues, so stop eating bacon and drink 8 glasses of water. How can I drink 8 glasses of water if I stop eating bacon? Like, and then I show him this hemorrhoid. For the people who don't know what hemorrhoid is a condition that your butt gonna look like Angelina Jolie's face. Look this. Like he's an actress in LA and didn't get successful, so got this surgery thing. And so he tells me that you have to wash your butt with warm water after the thing and dry it. I'm Persian. Have you seen my butt? It's like a Persian carpet there. Wash and dry it, easy to say, hard to do. Like if I want to dry this, I have to lay my butt under sun for 2 days. He says, drink more water and get out. So I'm getting out, and then while I'm coming home, I come by the beach. And then I see, wow, so many people have hemorrhoid. Oh, they are laying down for their butt to dry. I feel a bit better about my disease. But I know that I'm getting old, so I should not be alone. So I started trying these dating things. And my friend says, don't date too many girls. What you talking about? The minimum girl you can date is 1. It's already too many. Then they say that, okay, just try. So, okay, use your strength. What is my strength? I don't have a strength. I remember that I was good at video game. So I said, okay, maybe video game is my thing. I downloaded this video game called Tinder. And I suck at it. I scored nothing. Apparently, I'm using the wrong avatar. The avatar, Middle Eastern avatar, has no superpowers. So, but then I go through it. I started download, put everything, and then I'm checking these profiles. One is a photo of a cat. One is a photo of a dog. One is a cake, a pie, a cake, a pie. Where are the girls? I'm not 16 anymore. I don't want to have sex with a pie or a cake. And then I come across, and there are some funny profiles, like the profile put over there says, foodie, animal lover, love to travel. Really? Like someone gonna say, oh, I found the one? This is most accomplished person I know that is foodie. Like, what that means? Like, foodie means I eat a lot. Expensive. Then it says animal lover. Who doesn't? They are delicious. This says love to travel. It doesn't say I'm traveling. No, it says love to travel. But I'm not traveling because I'm eating the animals. So I don't have the time for the travel. Jesus. So I managed a couple of them. We start talking, and then for going out, and then they say, oh, we can't have sex. Why? I don't have sex with boys until I know them. You want to know the boy, have sex with them. The boys, before having sex, they are everything you want. They will shift, they will be atheists, they will be Muslims, they will anything to just get to your pants. You want to know them? Just have sex with them. So I said, okay, this dating app shit doesn't work for me. I have to go out and meet people. I go a couple of bars, couple of clubs, and then I saw this lady, she's dancing. Oh my God, these moves. I said, okay, John, that's it, go for it. Then I go to this lady and I say, okay, the way you move, it just explodes my heart. And she says, where are you from? I said, I'm from Iran. The thing is, if in 2 sentences you mention explosion and Iran, the odds of getting laid is very low. I tried to pick up girls, but the last one was heavy. I backed my head. It was really heavy, so I would not suggest you to do it. And the truth is, I'm not fully hearted towards dating. I have been married and I have been single, so I know the difference. Like in the morning, if you wake up and you're single, you say, what to do? But if you are married, you wake up like this. What have I done? So it can be referred to your marriage, or can refer to the angry lady is looking at you. So if the angry wife is looking at you, it means that something somewhere in the world has gone wrong, and it's your fault. So I think I have to have some pause on it. There is a thing, immigration wants to kick me out right now. And they don't care how good I have been. I haven't wet my pants for a while, but they don't care. I used to, every 3-4 months, go and donate my blood. But after this stressful situation using drugs, I cannot. Not that drugs. I like the anti-stress and anti-depression, painkillers, cocaine, and vitamin C. What's wrong with vitamin C? Jesus. And people say, oh, drug is not your thing. You should see a counselor. And I was seeing a counselor. For a while. Then my friend asked what she says. And I said, I really don't know. I'm usually behind. She mumbles, but I don't understand what she says. But the counselor that I'm seeing regarding my depression says that I should be happy with my little things. I'm Asian. I'm happy with my little things. Ladies are not. Oh, your house is too small. The car is too small. The diamond too small. Your penis is too small. I think ladies should see counselor regarding my problem, and they should pay for it, like Mexico. So I couldn't do exercise for a while, and people said, oh, watch your weight. How to watch it? Like, you cannot watch it. You have to measure it. And last time that I measured anything, I was 16, and actually made me depressed. So I'm not measuring anything anymore. So when I was a kid, I was too alone, and I wished to not be alone. Be careful what you wish for it. So I got a girlfriend, and I'm not alone. I can't be alone. She doesn't let me. I tried to fake my own death. It doesn't work. She finds me, man. Anywhere I go, she finds me. The thing is how we met, we met for a one-night stand up, right? What I didn't know is that for some Chinese girl, one night means like winters in Game of Thrones. It can go for years. So the thing is, she come home for one night stand. And then I see her toothbrush in the bathroom. I say, okay, no need to rush, leave a toothbrush, it's okay. Then the next day she comes with 2 of these small shopping bags, underwear, delicate creams and whatever. I say, okay, it's fine, maybe she needs it. Then end of the week she comes with 2 pieces of luggage, brings stuff and laying around. And I was a little alarmed. Okay, this is funny now. Then the next day I come back and I see 2 more luggage. I said, okay, this is not working. Every day you come in with luggage, with your stuff. He says, no, don't worry. These are not my stuff. I said, okay, these are your stuff. They need to go. So we get into the argument. She kicked me out of my own house. My own house. So we start having a talk. We came to this mutual agreement that she's always right, I'm always wrong. And we have some funny arguments sometimes. Like, she remembers what I was wearing when we first met. I can't remember. She says, oh, you don't remember because you don't care. I say, you remember because I'm still wearing the same thing. You change every 20 minutes. I cannot remember all these things. But I like our relationship. It's not like Iranian relationship that you cannot get sex. No, we have it all. We have these tricks. She grabs my ass too much. For a while, like she grabbed my ass too much that I was a bit sexually confused. I was a bit dependent on it. Like if she would not grab my ass, I would like go towards the hand. And if you walk towards the wrong person, it can be embarrassing. Pastor Tom didn't like it in the beginning. So my lady is my like light of the house. She's light of the house. Like when I go home, I do not need to turn on any light. She already turned on all of them. And she's not Canadian. I don't know why, but she opens all things. And she's a very simple girl, you know, simple girl with very complicated shopping list that never ends. We always have little bags, still coming from the first day. When you get a girlfriend, there is something, you lose some privileges. Mirror, like drawers, and toilet. Like I go to toilet, I go do, wash, rinse, dry, out, like an LG washing machine, you know, very quick. She goes and sits there, it's like Bahamas, for hours. She come out a bit tan. I don't know, what you doing there? Like, is it a portal to sewage or is it a portal to somewhere else? Like, but we are good together. Like like one thing funny is that like she thinks that I care about makeup and the nail and the clothes. I don't care. Like the other day she says that, oh, do you care about my nails? There are very limited scenarios that I care about nails. Like prostate exam, or like if you are fisting me, then I might say, oh honey, nails. Like that's it. Otherwise, I don't care what the color is. So we have been too long, and condom is expensive, so we had to find some other ways to cut the cost. My parents said it's expensive, you should stop it. So, and there is a thing called IUD. IUD is like some piece of metal, different shapes they put in the uterus to prevent people to get pregnant. And like some are like T-shapes. Chinese have this thing like a ring. I did not trust the Chinese, but that was the cheapest one. So we got that, and what I didn't know is that this thing doesn't work the first month. So a couple of months later, we go to doctor and say, oh, she feels a bit sick. And then the doctor checks and then says, everything is all right, congratulations. You have a boy and he's married. Then I was thinking, okay, this cannot be my boy. How he managed to get the ring there? Like, so we kind of get rid of it. Then we are getting too close to each other, so we are very open. And like last birthday I had, she said that, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And I have everything, like clothes, shoes, everything you say I have. I said, okay, I want threesome. That's the only thing that can make me happy. She didn't hate the threesome, she hated, I said, it only thing make me happy. So then she says that, okay, so what if for my birthday, that is next month, I want the cancellation of that thing. That's the only thing that makes me happy. So she was a bit upset. I said, all right, fair, we agreed. Then we come to the city, and then there was this pair of shoes. So the threesome is back on. What that women do for love of shoes, right? So we are in happy relationship. I repeat, we are in happy relationship. I repeat again, we are in happy relationship. She asked me to repeat twice. But we are, because I'm happy to see her as much as she's happy to see her. And she thinks about getting married. She says, oh, we should get married. I said, why? What's wrong with our relationship? And she says, no, I love the idea of being in love forever. What are you talking about? Like loving someone forever? Sometimes I wake up, I hate myself. how you can love someone forever. But I said, all right. But most of the marriages get fucked up because of financial problem. What if we sign prenup? I don't want your money, you don't want my money. She says, oh, honey, if it get to the divorce time, then we can mutually share our finances. What? We don't share our blanket mutually. Most mornings I wake up in a corner of the bed shivering like a homeless from Siberia. Sharing mutually. I know some, like many people say, oh, John, you're negative. Actually, I'm positive and I have documented proof from doctor that I'm positive. I'm happy to share my positivity with all ladies. So I have one last joke, the final joke before I finish. And so, like before for the dating, I couldn't do very well. So I developed moves. Like a guy, if want to have a girl, has to have a lot of moves. But the girls have one move. They move in, right? So one of my moves was that when I see like hot girls or whatever, I would go to them and say, hey, I would break up with my mom for you. And it would make them laugh or look at me. But once I did, there were two pretty ladies and I said, okay, I will break up with my mom for you. And then she says, what about your girlfriend? And then I paused. Would I? So don't tell my mom that I paused. But it made me wonder, if I'm going to break up with a lady, like with my mom for a lady, but I'm hesitating to break up with my girlfriend, maybe I should ask her to marry me. And so really? All right, my girlfriend, everybody. I know I'm not that loyal guy. I'm not very positive, politically correct. I don't believe law on marriage or whatever, but I know that I cannot be with anyone. But
so I could have made better makeup.
I do not go on my knees because I don't believe in a relationship that can bring someone to his knees. I would stand with you the way that you stand with me, and I'll ask you to marry me. Will you marry me? I don't know how to do this thing. I know, this finger is that. Kiss. Okay. Where is the next performance? I think they run away. All right.
It be on this one. Baby can dance to my new song. Why not no Mona Lisa? Shake that thing, Carolina. Aye, baby girl, aye, shorty, aye, aye, aye. Baby can dance to my new song. Why not no Mona Lisa? Shake that thing, Carolina. Aye, baby girl, aye, shorty, aye. Now the way they shake up your bam bam, you they make bad man the praise. The way you wind up, me a chase. Dance all low to the beat line. Girl, me like your best time.
I call upon all persons here present to witness that I, Mohsen Tamizi, do take the Sulin to be my lawful wedding wife.
I call upon all persons here present to witness that I, Sulin, do take the Mohsen Tamizi to be my lawful wedded husband.
Why not no Mona Lisa? Shake that thing, Carolina. Aye, baby girl, aye, shorty, aye, aye. Baby can dance to my new song. Why not no Mona Lisa? Shake that thing, Carolina. Aye, baby girl, aye, shorty, aye. This time me 10 left for short teeth. Now me song they play na the whole street. Why you mad for? Cause na be it. Me name na mouth like a biscuit. Me no want fat, I dey pull it. I let them thing way look sweet. Baby girl, you my heartbeat. And for the sake make I pull this bad hit. Dance to it, do it. Let's link up, now the party. Baby girl, I too naughty. Today, I too naughty.
I'ma rap to this song like a Eminem. You can bounce this beat like a trampoline. Rocks and the papers, I'ma lay you in. Nigga come, nigga there, cause I lay you in. I'm a king, you a queen. I'm a key, you a lock. Sipping a Ciroc. Let's start to this song, shall we?